Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins History Top 5. First up, your go-to source for everything numismatic. Today, we're diving deep into a humble little coin that's been catching a lot of attention lately, the 1958 Elizabeth II 1 penny, specifically in extra fine condition. Now, at first glance, a penny might not seem like much. But trust me, when it comes to vintage coins, especially those in excellent condition, the value can be surprising. Let's find out what makes this 1958 penny special and why collectors are bidding big at auctions today. First things first, a bit of background. The coin features Queen Elizabeth II, who had just taken the throne in 1952. By 1958, the Royal Mint was producing coins bearing her youthful portrait, designed by Mary Gillick. It's an elegant, classic look that many collectors admire. Flip the coin, and you'll see Britannia on the reverse, a long-standing symbol of British strength and heritage. That side was designed by Leonard Charles Wyon and remained unchanged for decades. The 1958 1 penny was minted in bronze, with a diameter of 30.8 millimeters and a weight of about 9.4 grams. It was part of the pre-decimal currency system used in the UK before decimalization in 1971. Now, here's the kicker. While this penny is not the rarest of all British coins, condition makes all the difference. A circulated version may only fetch a few cents, but an extra fine, almost uncirculated example? That's where the real money starts rolling in. So what qualifies as extra fine? Look for strong detail on the Queen's hair and crown, minimal wear on Britannia's trident and shield, and crisp lettering around the rim. It should have its original mint luster, but some light handling marks are acceptable. In this condition, recent auctions have seen values range anywhere from $5 to $30, depending on appeal and market demand. That might not sound like a fortune, but it's a massive jump from face value, and from what most people think an old penny is worth. Here's the twist. In special sales or with the right buyer, some exceptional specimens, especially those graded professionally, have sold for upwards of $75 or more. That's right, a 1 penny coin selling for more than 7,500 times its original value. And the market is heating up. As Queen Elizabeth II's legacy grows, collectors are snatching up coins from the early years of her reign. This includes 1950s and 60s issues in high grades. Auction houses are reporting increased interest in British bronze coins, especially those with a strong historical connection or those in pristine condition. And that's pushing prices up. One reason for the rising demand? Nostalgia. Many collectors grew up with these coins, or inherited them from parents and grandparents. That emotional connection boosts interest and value. Another factor is grading. A penny graded by companies like NGC or PCGS as XF45 or better can command even higher premiums, thanks to buyer confidence and authentication. Now, let's talk tips. If you're digging through a coin jar or old collection, don't dismiss the pennies. Use a magnifying glass, check the date, and look closely at the condition. You could be sitting on a small treasure. And if you're looking to sell, consider listing your coins on eBay, Etsy, or through a reputable coin dealer. Auctions can be competitive, especially if your coin is well-preserved and well-photographed. For collectors, now is a great time to scoop up coins like the 1958 1 penny. They're still fairly affordable but gaining momentum. And who knows? In 10 years, today's $30 penny could be tomorrow's $100 prize. So whether you're buying, selling, or just learning, the 1958 Elizabeth II penny is a coin worth watching. With charm, history, and growing value, it's a fantastic piece to add to your collection. Next up, hey coin collectors and treasure hunters, where we talk everything rare, valuable, and vintage. Today, we're diving deep into the world of British coinage, specifically the 1945 Elizabeth halfpenny in extra fine condition. Could this humble coin be worth a small fortune? Stick around and find out. Now, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on any of our weekly coin value drops and auction insights. So, let's talk about the 1945 halfpenny. First off, wait a second. You might be wondering, Was Queen Elizabeth even on coins in 1945? Great catch. Technically, King George VI was the monarch in 1945. But here's the twist. Some coins from that era are mistakenly referred to as Elizabeth halfpennies by casual collectors, and that's where things get interesting. Now, let's focus on the actual 1945 halfpenny featuring King George VI. These coins were minted in large numbers, but only a fraction survived in extra fine, or better condition. That's where rarity starts to kick in. The coin is made of bronze, weighs about 5.7 grams, and features a classic design with Britannia seated on the reverse. If you've got one with sharp details, full rims, and only light circulation marks, you might just be sitting on a gem. In today's collector market, condition is king. A 1945 halfpenny in good condition might fetch under $1. But in extra fine condition? That's where the numbers get exciting. Extra fine means around 90% of the coin's detail is still present. Minimal wear, strong definition on Britannia's helmet, shield, and the trident. And let's not forget a clear portrait of King George VI on the obverse. So, what's it worth today? Well, as of May 2025, recent auctions have shown these coins selling between $15 to $50 in extra fine condition. That might not sound like a fortune, but it's a huge jump from face value or pocket change. But that's not all. If your 1945 halfpenny has any min errors, like off-center strikes, die cracks, or misaligned printing, you could be looking at a significantly higher value. One error coin in XF condition sold for over $120 at a regional UK auction house just last month. That's a big leap for a small piece of bronze. Also, collectors today are big on provenance. If your coin comes from a known collection or has paperwork confirming its grade and authenticity, expect better results at auction. Another factor to consider is demand. World coin collectors and British Commonwealth enthusiasts are driving up prices on coins from the 1940s, especially in XF and UNC grades. Now here's a pro tip. Get your coin graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS. A slabbed coin not only gives buyers confidence, but it often fetches 20 to 30% more at auction. You can also sell through major platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Spink. But make sure your listing includes high-resolution photos and a clear grade description. And here's another gold nugget. Watch out for fake or replica coins. There are plenty of reproductions floating around online. If the price looks too good to be true, it probably is. So, is your 1945 halfpenny valuable? If it's in extra fine condition, absolutely. It's not going to retire you, but it's a solid example of post-war coinage that holds strong value in today's numismatic market. Plus, it's a great entry point for new collectors looking to build a British coin collection without breaking the bank. Value, history, and artistry, all in one. Alright, coin fans, that's it for today's breakdown. Got a 1945 halfpenny in your collection? Drop a comment below and tell us about it, or share a photo on our Instagram at CoinQuest channel. Next up, hey coin collectors and treasure hunters, if you're passionate about coins, history, and hidden value in everyday items, you're in for a treat today. We're diving deep into the story of the 1971 Elizabeth II 2-cent coin and its surprising value in today's market. This little coin might not seem like much at first glance. After all, it's just a 2-cent piece from 1971, right? But wait, in the world of numismatics, even the smallest denominations can pack a serious punch, especially when they're in extra fine condition. Let's start with a bit of background. Queen Elizabeth II appeared on many Commonwealth coins, including the 2-cent coin issued by countries like Australia, New Zealand, and others. The 1971 issue stands out for a few reasons we'll get into. In 1971, millions of these coins were minted, but as years passed, most of them fell out of circulation, got worn down, or were simply forgotten. So finding one in extra fine condition? That's rare, and rare equals value. Now, what exactly does extra fine condition mean? We're talking about sharp edges, clear design, minimal wear, and all the fine details of the coin still visible. This isn't your average coin in the change jar, it's a collector's prize. Let's talk design. The 1971 Elizabeth II 2-cent coin typically features a youthful portrait of the Queen on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. On the reverse, you often see local flora, fauna, or symbols, depending on the country. Collectors love this specific portrait because it marked a transition in the Queen's depiction, from the early coronation style to a more realistic and softer profile. That historical shift adds even more collector interest. All right, let's get to the juicy part, the current market value. A circulated 1971 2-cent coin might only be worth a few cents, but an extra fine or uncirculated version that can sell for $5 to $50 or more, depending on demand and rarity. And if you've got a proof version or one with an error, like off-center strikes or doubling, the value can shoot up significantly, sometimes into the hundreds at auction. Yes, seriously. Speaking of auctions, some 1971 Elizabeth II 2-cent coins in pristine condition have made waves recently. On online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions, listings have climbed way beyond expected prices due to collector bidding wars. Why such demand? Simple. Collectors are chasing key date coins, and they want them in high grades. And 1971 has become a sweet spot for many enthusiasts because it marks the beginning of a new coin era. Let's not forget about error coins again, because a 1971 2-cent with a minting mistake can fetch big bucks. Some of these errors are so subtle, only experts catch them. So check your coin carefully. Want to know if your coin is valuable? Look for clean fields, strong edges, and no major scratches. If you're unsure, get it graded by a professional service like NGC or PeaceGS. This can skyrocket the resale value. Condition is king, folks. A well-preserved coin is like mint condition vintage sneakers. Everyone wants them, but few have them. So take care of what you have, store it safely, and handle with gloves if possible. Now, let's take a quick look at what's happening on today's market. Online listings show coins in extra fine condition averaging $15 to $35, with some reaching higher if they're slabbed and certified. And guess what? The demand is growing. Young collectors, especially on TikTok and YouTube, are bringing new attention to these older coins. That drives up competition and, of course, prices. So, if you've got a 1971 Elizabeth II 2-cent coin, don't overlook it. Check the condition, look for errors, and do your research. What you thought was pocket change could be a little gold mine. Before we wrap up, let us know in the comments, do you have one of these coins? Have you found any cool error versions? Share your stories with the community. We love hearing your finds. Next up, hey everyone, your trusted source for coin collecting, historical currency, and treasure hunting tips. Today, we're diving into a fascinating little coin that's creating a buzz in the collector's market, the 1947 farthing in extra fine condition. You might be surprised that something as small and common as a farthing could hold any real value today, but stick around because this one just might shock you. The 1947 farthing may look tiny, but it's part of a rich history of British coinage. Issued after World War II, during the reign of King George VI, this coin has become a sought-after piece in coin-collecting circles. So, what makes the 1947 farthing so special? Is it rare? Is it valuable? Or is it just another old coin? Let's break it down step by step. First, let's talk about the design. The obverse features a portrait of King George VI, while the reverse displays the iconic wren, a tiny bird symbolic of Britain's resilience and charm. The 1947 farthing was struck in bronze and measures just 20 millimeters in diameter. It weighs around 2.8 grams, small but mighty when it comes to value today. Though millions of these coins were minted, only a small percentage have survived in extra fine, XF, or uncirculated condition, making those high-grade examples quite desirable. In coin collecting, condition is everything. A 1947 farthing that's worn out might fetch pennies, but in extra fine condition? Now that's where things start to heat up. Extra fine, or XF, means the coin has seen very little circulation. The details of the design are sharp, there's minimal wear on the high points, and the luster may still be present. Collectors are especially keen on XF coins because they showcase the original craftsmanship and historical detail, and they're much rarer than circulated ones. So, How much is a 1947 farthing in extra fine condition worth today? On average, they're being valued anywhere from $5 to $20, depending on demand and the specific coin's eye appeal. But get this, some examples, especially those graded by professional services or with full luster, have sold for $30 or more at auction. That's a huge leap for a coin that once had barely any purchasing power. It's like finding treasure in your pocket change, and many people don't even realize they have one. If you've got a box of old coins from your parents or grandparents, now might be the time to check. You could be sitting on a little gold mine, or should I say bronze mine. To really maximize your coin's value, consider getting it graded. Certification from companies like NGC or PCGS can significantly boost market trust and the price. In today's coin market, where demand for historical coins is growing, XF coins from the mid-1900s are gaining traction fast. And don't forget, collectors love completing series. So, if someone is trying to collect every farthing from the 20th century, your 1947 coin could be the missing link. This has turned farthing coins, especially in higher grades, into hot commodities in auctions and collector forums around the globe. Online platforms like eBay, Vcoins, and heritage auction sites show dozens of listings, and many XF 1947 farthings are selling within hours. So, if you've got one, it's a great time to sell. And if you're looking to invest in coins, it might be wise to snatch one up before prices go even higher. But remember, don't clean your coin. Cleaning can reduce its value significantly. Collectors prefer natural patina and originality. If you're unsure of your coin's condition, take clear photos and post in collector groups, or bring it to a local coin shop for evaluation. Got questions about coin values or grading? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to help you identify your hidden treasures. Next up, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're taking a close look at two coins that many people overlook, the 1976 one new penny and two new pence coins from the United Kingdom featuring Queen Elizabeth II. You might be surprised, but these coins, once so common in everyday circulation, are starting to gain real attention in the collector's market, especially if they're in fine or uncirculated condition. Let's start with a bit of history. In 1971, the UK transitioned from the old pre-decimal system to the decimal currency we know today. During this time, the new penny and new pence coins were introduced. By 1976, both the one and two new penny coins had been in circulation for a few years. They featured the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, one of the most iconic images of the monarch. On the reverse of the one new penny, you'll see a crowned portcullis with chains, a design inspired by the badge of Henry VII, which is also a symbol of the British Parliament. The two new pence coin features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet, above the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. Although millions were minted in 1976, 409 million for the one new penny and over 600 million for the two new pence, collectors are now looking for coins in pristine condition, which are becoming rare. Coins that were set aside in uncirculated or fine condition hold significantly more value today than those that were used regularly. So, how do you know if your 1976 coins are valuable? First, check their condition. Look for minimal wear, sharp details, and little to no scratches. If your coin looks almost brand new, it may be in UNC, uncirculated condition. These are the coins that collectors pay top dollar for. In 2024, a 1976 one new penny in UNC condition can sell for around £1 to £3, depending on the quality. Doesn't sound like much? Just wait. The two new pence coin from the same year in fine to uncirculated condition is fetching between £2 to £10, sometimes even more if it's part of a mint set or has a proof finish. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some of these coins were included in Royal Mint proof sets, special collections made with extra care, never intended for circulation. Those proof versions can reach prices of £15 or more each, especially if still sealed in the original packaging. But here's the big value kicker, error coins. Coins that have minting mistakes like off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong planchets can be worth hundreds. Collectors hunt for these error coins because they're extremely rare. So, if your 1976 penny or 2 pence looks unusual, it could be a jackpot. Another valuable detail is luster. That original mint shine, if it's still visible, can significantly boost your coin's appeal and price. So, how do you sell them? You can list them on eBay, visit a coin dealer, or attend a local coin fair. But first, always check recent market prices. Online marketplaces show growing demand. Some sellers have even reported 2 new pence coins selling for £20 plus if they're in exceptional condition. The collector market is booming with nostalgia. People who grew up with these coins are now hunting them down as part of their collections. If you have a handful of old pennies in a drawer somewhere, now's the time to check them. And remember, even common coins can gain value over time. The key is condition, rarity, and demand. Before you go rushing to sell your coins, consider getting them graded by a reputable coin grading service. A professional grade can seriously increase the value. So, whether you're a beginner or a serious collector, the 1976 1 and 2 new penny coins are worth a second look. You might be holding a tiny treasure in your hand. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin value updates, and drop a comment if you have a 1976 penny or 2 pence at home. You never know, your pocket change could be worth more than you think.